Every avatar comes for it in one way or the other. Either to teach you some kind of bhakti, restore some lost knowledge, or to restore the balance of dharma. The only avatar that doesn't come and go. He stays. He's a Chiranjeevi.
So what happened to Parashuram? How many years did he live physically?
He's physically still alive.
Still alive.
Still alive. So probably his...
So he didn't leave his body, and it's not that his energy is around. He's
no.
physically, bodily present.
Bodily present. By an expert on Dhanurvidya, that is his father, Jamadagni, who has all the Divyastras with him, does tapasya to Mahadeva, and the only thing Mahadeva gives him is an axe. It's not a Divyastra, it's not another bow, it's not some other weapon, fantastic weapon. He gives him an axe. Why would he give him an axe? On the first day of shoot, suffered an accident and he started to limp. They had to shoot that day. So the director said, use the limp, make it a part of the character. It is because of that actor's accident that Shakuni limps in B.R. Chopra's. After that, everybody has started to limp because they think Shakuni limps. He doesn't.
They say writer's ink usually carries a lot of curiosity and weight of generations untold. But I think today in the studio, here is the curiosity of this man through which the epic saga of Parashurama has seen the day of light. I don't know which book you've read. It could be Rama of the Axe or even the Blade of Fury. Today we will definitely see what the pages have not told, where the curiosities have taken him, the human side, and of course, the beautiful life and the perspective that one Ranjith has seen so far through the journey of life. Of course, truly an honor to welcome Ranjith, who's a Bangalore-based author, entrepreneur. I think probably a man who's kind of donned too many hats, I would say. An assistant director, actor, and also the toll manager for Nice
Road, yes.
And, done a bit in the marketing sector and too many things, yeah. So should I say journey well traveled so far, Ranjith? Welcome to Just Curious India.
Thank you for having me on the show. Long time meeting you.
Yeah. Last time we met, you didn't have the man bun and this time...
and the beard.
Yeah. So is this also the reflection of the change that you've gone through internally as a human?
This has another reason to it, which I can't reveal now. But thank you for having me on the show. It's a great pleasure to meet you finally and to be on the show. I keep watching a lot of episodes and I think there's a vibe to it that I sort of like. So I'm happy to be here.
Thank you, Ranjith. I think through the journey of life, last I saw you, it could have been during CCL time. Celebrity Cricket League, where I think you were handling
Karnataka Bulldozers.
The team.
Yeah.
And next thing that I see, here's this man who's now added another feather in his cap, that is as an author.
Yeah.
And of course, the topic itself is very interesting about Parashuram and all of that. For Karnataka, I'm sure, especially in the coastal line,
yes,
it's called as Parashurama
Kshetra
and all of that. Also, probably representing the curiosity lens of an Indian or probably somebody who's watching this globally.
Yeah.
Firstly, would like to ask a basic question as to why Parashuram, because I think India is a land where the Rams and the Krishnas have always been glorified.
Yeah.
And if I may ask, why Parashuram?
Yeah, but this gets asked quite a lot because if you look at the Dashavatar, the superstars, so to speak, no disrespect at all, are Sri Rama and Sri Krishna.
Right.
There's so much songs, music, folk tales. There's so much to them. And look at them, they both come from royalty.
Right.
They're identified with two particular cities. You have Ayodhya and Dwaraka. There's a regality in their costume, their stature.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a sixth avatar who's not associated with the city anywhere, who's in a jungle, who doesn't have that royal regalia there for him. He's a brahmachari. Doesn't have a consort. You have Rama and Sita, you have 8 wives to Krishna, Satyabhama, Rukmini. There's nobody to Parashurama, though there is a folktale that says he eventually married. It's not in the mainstream, so to speak. These are things that a normal human being looks forward to their deity. It makes it more adorable, more approachable. And this is a man who's very austere. He's a sage. He's got this very deadly weapon. And all you know is he's this very angry guy who's going around. There's a war. There's something to cut. He's there. It's that kind of attitude that people have. This I had the same opinion about him. This changed when my father passed away in 99. So with his death, there were a series of deaths in our family. Every 5-6 months, somebody was passing away,
Oh, so
and
sorry.
and his usual pujas and all to be done. And at the end of 1 year of the passing, there's
Okay.
this temple that you go to.
Hmm.
Um, this is on the outskirts of Thiruvananthapuram, at a place called Thiruvallam. Like we go to Triveni Sangam here in Karnataka,
Karnataka?
or you go to Gokarna to do your Bali.
Mm-hmm.
This is the place where you go after a year is passed to
Okay.
do the karmam there.
Okay.
That temple is a Parashurama temple.
Oh.
So, and that was the first time I was entering a Parashurama temple. Because if you think of it, you don't see too many Parashurama temples either.
Right.
So, my first meeting with Bhagavan Parashuram is through the death of my father in that temple.
Okay.
So, for each death, if I was, directly connected to be the person doing the ritual, I had to go back there.
Oh.
So, that's when the thought struck that I've come to this Bhagavan's temple, but I know nothing about him.
Mm-hmm.
Then comes the second thing where you don't have a definitive book.
Mm.
It's like Sri Rama has the Ramayana, you have Bhagavatam for Sri Krishna, but there is no book,
Right.
one definitive book for Parashuram. There
Okay.
are bits and pieces of stories. The majority of the story is in the Brahmanda Purana. So that I read. But there's a interesting twist to that book too. Maybe we'll come across it late. We'll cover it later. Or you want it now? I'll give it to you now.
We can go with the
Yeah.
flow. Meaning, what was the twist?
So while researching
Hmm.
and looking at all these bits and pieces of information of Parshuram, I come across this blog. It's called Manasa Tarangini. And I think he goes by the same name on Twitter. And he's a man from the Bhargava lineage, I think. That's
Okay.
Bhrigu's lineage, same lineage as Parashurama.
Mm-hmm.
So one of his blogs says that somewhere in the 16th century, there was this Maratha chieftain. His name is Sabaji Pratap.
Mm-hmm.
And he had this Jagir somewhere in Andhra Pradesh. And he discovered 5 books. Okay, one is the Dattatreya Purana, then there's the Agastya Mahatmyam, and 3 other books concerned with the Bhrigus and all that. So he brought them along with him to Maharashtra, and this was compiled into 3 books. And one of the books is the Bhrigu Vamsha Mahakavya. It's the entire lineage of Bhrigus.
Who is a Bhrigu?
Bhrigu is the sage, the progenitor of that line. All of them have gotras.
Ah, like the Kashyapa Gotra, Bharadwaja.
Yeah,
So each.
Yeah, so that is the ancestor they dedicate the lineage to.
Oh.
So a person in the Bhrigu lineage is called a Bhargava. So one of the names of Parashurama is
sage.
Bhargava Rama, because the Rama of the Bhrigus.
Oh.
That's how Bhargava comes. And the second book is the Parashuramayana. So this book exists, but we do not know where it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if is it still existing? If it is, who has it? Why isn't it come out? So somebody did ask me, why hasn't it come out? And I said, maybe they have forgotten. Maybe they don't want to release it. But now my answer's changed. Now I'm sort of thinking maybe the avatar himself doesn't want the story to come out right now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if you are a believer in things like this, in nimitta, omens, correct timing, maybe he says the world is not ready for my story. It will come out when it is supposed to come out, or he's going to decide when it should come out. Till then, you make do with Rama of the Axe, written by this guy sitting in Bangalore called Ranjith Radhakrishnan. You make do with it. So this is the twist to the story. So that's where the research started.
Mm-hmm.
And the aha moment to sit down and write a book, because by then one short story and a narrative poem had already been published in 2 separate anthologies. So you get a little ambitious and you're thinking of, let's do a novel. Big thanks to my sister Priya for this, because she's the prime mover behind this. She kept telling me to write. Finally listened. We usually don't listen to younger sisters, so we made a change. And I read about this temple in North Karnataka, in a place called Savdatti. There's this
Okay.
Yellamma temple there. So when you look at the Sthala Purana of that temple, you realize that Yellamma is Parashurama's mother,
Oh.
Renuka.
Oh.
So you see her only with the head.
Ah.
That comes with the beheading of the mother that Parashurama does.
Why does he do that?
That's the story from where the actual story of Parashurama starts. So Parashurama is a name that we know him by now, but his given name is different.
What
Like you
is
have
that?
Sri Rama and Ramachandra. So Parashurama is Ramabhadra.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
And he's the son of this Saptarishi called Jamadagni and Renuka.
Okay.
So there is a sort of argument, falling out between husband and wife. And when you read this story,
Mm-hmm.
you're given the bare bones. And you're told, see, he was very angry with his wife. So he's got 5 sons.
Mm-hmm.
Tells them to execute the mother,
Mm-hmm.
cut off her head.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you're looking at a Puranic story and they give you the bare bones of it, you shouldn't be somebody that rush to judgment and say, this can't be. How can he ask his sons to do this? There's something there. You have to pause, wait, see what the story reveals to you, go research some more. You're not going to be much of a writer unless you do that. So there is
Yes.
that hook.
Yes.
This is a rabbit hole that you're supposed to go down.
Mm-hmm.
You leave crumbs on the way so that you can come back up. But if you
Not
want to
get
be a
lost.
writer, you go down rabbit holes, see what you get, and come back up.
Okay.
So the usual answer given to you is that he was a very dutiful son. His father ordered him to execute his mother, and he did it. And the story goes on saying that he was so pleased with it that he gave him a boon, and he said, okay, bring my mother. And the 4 brothers who said they will not execute their mother, Jamadagni has killed them too.
Oh.
Bring them all back to life. Brings them all back to life, and they don't remember this incident. Now, when you see something like this, you find a lot of posts on social media saying that, how can a person who beheaded his mother be an avatar? I refuse to believe this. He's just, and he's killed so many kings. He's just a genocidal maniac. All this thing gets thrown around on social media. But the crux of the story is there. Why was this asked? Would a father ask his son to do something like this? What was the transgression that made Jamdagni say this? There was no adultery. There was no betraying of trust. She just happened to see another couple making love. That's it. Now, unless you pause there, you think of what this is supposed to reveal to you, you're not going to get ahead with the story. So I did. Wasn't getting anywhere till I read about the Yellamma temple, and I understood that through that act of beheading his mother, he has actually elevated her from mortal to a goddess. So Yellamma, Mariamman, in the north, Shitala Devi, are all Renuka. And nobody knows this. Not too many people know this, just to correct myself. They know of these goddesses as healers. You have something, there's a breakout of an epidemic, they go to her. There's something else, they go to protection of their children.
But the root as to where they
The
come
root
from.
where this comes from Renuka, from Parashurama. So he's the only avatar who's made his mother a goddess.
That was the root.
So I got the meaning to that incident. Now,
Is it basis your interpretation here?
no,
Or
this is the Sthala Purana of the temple.
Uh-huh.
This story is not there in the Brahmanda Puran.
Why is that?
I have no idea why. So Renuka's story is not there in the Brahmanda Puran. There's a story of Parashurama. So to understand that story, I had to get the folklore from here to see what is the dynamics in that family between Parashurama, Renuka and Jamadagni. And the more I wrote, I understood the story is not about Parashurama alone. It is of all 3 of them together. The 2 parents are not just parents who are there,
Right.
character actors in a movie, to put it simply. They are equal partners in his journey. From becoming Parashurama from Ramabhadra. To have a goddess as a mother and a Saptarishi as a father is something incredible. And there are so many incredible things about Parashurama that people may have heard but have not paid attention to.
Like?
He's the only avatar that doesn't come and go. He stays. He's a Chiranjeevi.
So he's still here
He's still here.
on this plane.
He's going to be here till the 10th avatar, Kalki, comes, because Parashurama is going to be Kalki's guru.
And I mean, let's say a Gen Z is watching this,
Yeah.
or some pan-India people watching this. There are few heroes who are already sold and the belief is so strong,
Yeah.
like Krishna and Rams. And
Yeah.
But when it comes to these stories, people kind of fence-sitters usually question as to, okay, how to validate this and why, I mean, how to believe these theories. One is, of course, till the time you experience, it's always a story.
Yeah.
Once you experience it, then it becomes a belief.
Yeah.
So now how to cross the bridge?
That's a personal journey. My idea of writing the book was to give you a glimpse as to where you can take the next step to.
With regards to understanding?
Understanding Parashurama, this sixth avatar, why was he here? What was the whole point of this avatar? Was it only to kill the tyrant kings?
You basically want to give a holistic picture as to
Yeah.
who this avatar was and what his life was when he was there and what his future is also going to be.
Yeah. And the biggest hurdle for me is not the ignorance about what the avatar was. The already closely held misperception of him.
So how do you now, make them unlearn it, or like how do you take the scar away?
Yeah. There's so much info that has come out during my research on Parashurama that we just know very, very little about him actually. We know that there's this great nemesis, the great arch rival that he had called Kartavira Arjuna. This is the Samrat of the world. That's what he's called in Brahmanda Purana. The whole planet is under his reign. And there is a personal rivalry, but this is also a man that has strayed from the path of good. So this was a very dharmic ruler who's become bad over time due to his ego and his power lust. And an avatara is required to bring him to heel. So think of what stature this man has. And he's actually subject to a curse, which I think probably because that curse is on the arch rival of Parashurama, may have affected Parashurama too. This is another aspect that probably you can think about, because for every great hero you have a great villain. You have Ravana, you have Kamsa.
Right.
This villain is cursed by a rishi, saying that there will be another Arjuna born years later, and his glory will be sung far and wide, and yours will be forgotten. So the other Arjuna is the Pandava.
Yeah. And
So
this one is...
This is Kartavira Arjuna. Kartavira, because that's a derivative of his father's name. Like Parashurama's father is Jamadagni, he's called Jamadagnya, the son of Jamadagni. So this man's name is Arjuna.
Got it.
But not too many people know of this Arjuna, because the other Arjuna has taken away the glory because of this curse. And since this villain is not so well known, the great hero is also not that well known. That's one more way of looking at it. But this image we have of a very violent, aggressive man who's got this very brutal axe, looking for the next thing to cut, the next king to kill, is not what Parashurama is.
Radha by Rapid Rashmi. It's my very own sari brand, born from stories, culture, and the love we all share for the timeless drapes. Sari handpicked with care, every color chosen with emotion, every collection is crafted for women who wants credibility, affordability, and absolute uniqueness. Why did the image come in the first place? Like, can we get into the foundation?
Yeah, probably because number one, the entire story doesn't exist. And if you were to describe it in cinema terms, he's making cameos, special appearances in Mahabharata. He's making a cameo.
Like plugs.
Yeah. And so there is this very fiery character that comes in, does what he has to, leaves. What is he really about? So that lack of that one definitive book really does not give this avatar its due. Because if you look at it, there is one hymn in the Rig Veda that is attributed to him. Just one. And it's so surprising to me because it says it invokes three goddesses, Saraswati, Bharati and Ila.
Okay.
The three goddesses who sit in truth and hurt not. Now you juxtapose this with the aggressive, violent nature of this man that we think he is. And this is a hymn from the Rig Veda that these people are mantra drishtas. They are not composing the hymn. The hymns are revealed to them and they see the hymn. That's why they're drishtas.
Right.
Now,
That's how whole Vedas have come to the sages, right?
Yeah. So, if such a hymn is revealed to a man like this, it comes in stillness through tapasya, through a calm mind. Can he really be just a violent, aggressive man? Probably you know the violent, aggressive episodes of his. You don't know the other side of this man. He is a great Shiva Bhakta. One of the seminal works of Tantra, the Parashurama Kalpa Sutra, is authored by him. And the whole book is dedicated to Lalita Tripura Sundari.
Oh.
So he's ultimately a Devi Bhakta. So you have a hymn in the Vedas, you have a book in Tantra. No avatara has done this. There are two different streams. He's uniting them. Now he's a Chiranjeevi who's going to live till the 10th avatar comes.
And be a guru to Kalki.
Yeah. And he's now made a Saptarishi. For the next Manvantara, and after the Kali Yuga is over, when the next Satya Yuga starts, he is going to be the Saptarishi for, So there's 7 for each Manvantara. For the next Manvantara, he is going to be Saptarishi.
So where did you get these pieces, bits and pieces that you've put together? Like, how was your R&D?
See, I depended on the Brahmanda Purana mainly for this. And the interesting thing is, I didn't have an English copy at home, so I read the Malayalam version. So you find a lot of description and of the environs that he was living in. And I think reading that in a regional language helped me somewhere in writing the book in English. It sounds very peculiar to say this, but it somehow grounded the story in India even though I was writing in an alien language.
Meaning, if you can take an example of some part of the book that kind of...
I'll tell you the words that I use. I use words like nimisha because this comes in normal usage for us. No? One nimishari. This is a word we use casually, but I don't know if it's come in English literature before. So I didn't write, in a moment. I said in a nimisha. And after writing it, when I read, I thought this fit more naturally than saying, give me a moment.
Lost in translation.
Yeah. So for me, somehow, that came natural. And for me, that somehow evoked a feel for the environs that he's in and the time that he's in. It sort of took you back to that ancient time. It gave you that feel that, these are not, that artificiality of ancient figures speaking English sort of got rubbed away because I used Sanskrit words like this, which are probably present in almost every language. You have Nimisha in Malayalam, I think it's there in Tamil, Telugu. So these are words that have sort of percolated into our consciousness. We use it very casually without even, thinking which language is it.
Right.
That came across naturally in the writing, which is why I think a lot of readers have responded to that. Me putting those words in, not translating the Sanskrit words.
If I have to get into the basics of understanding Parashuram and what the story does as on today, as on 2025, how should I look at him? Because like Ram and Krishna, they're all celebrated for some ideologies and how through those ideologies, we can still keep them alive.
Yeah.
So if it is to do with Parashuram, who is he? What is the whole story that one should look at him with a fresh pair of eyes, and what is the ideology that we should be using today as on 2025?
Okay. I guess what you're asking me is how does a person today, maybe a young person, relate to this avatar? What can he learn from him? Because every avatar is here to teach us something, no? Either through
Hopefully.
explicit
Yep.
teachings or through how they've led their lives.
And I think for believers, they look at it as perspective to be taken.
Okay.
For some, I think they just
See,
wash
okay,
it off like.
think you're an atheist.
Hmm.
Would you not agree that Krishna is a master strategist?
Yes, take the special powers away. At least the strategy part, anybody should watch for.
Should watch.
Yeah.
That he had a very intelligent,
Mind.
strategic mind that he put to good use.
Mm-hmm.
That he could read people well.
Mm-hmm.
If you were looking at Sri Rama, you know that if you drew a line, he would not cross it himself. That line was not for other people
Morals,
only.
ethics. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you may disagree with what he did or did not do, but you can't say that he transgressed those lines that he drew for other people.
Noted.
True.
Yep.
You don't have to be a believer. You don't have to go by faith. You don't have to believe by all those supernatural powers, whether he's avatar or not. Just by the story. Do you not see his commitment to his
Right.
wife?
I think where the problem lies is the minute they bring in the superpowers, that's where they kind of get into an argument. It's all hogwash and all of that. And there comes another debater saying, like the same theory. Keep that aside, at least see the values that can be taken. Firstly, what is your thoughts and reflections on the superpowers that has been depicted in the name of mythology?
Huh.
Like, even today,
Yeah.
Hanuman did fly,
Yeah.
he carried a mountain and all of it, right? So today's Gen Zs who are very questioning and then who wants substantial proof for all of this, how should they look at these superpowers?
See, I'm not from the school of authors who tends to rationalize or naturalize all this.
Meaning?
Meaning, if I say that Parashurama knew all the Divyastras, or he was so fast that he could move from right in front of you to behind you before you could blink.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He had them.
he had that kind of speed. I tend to go with that. Number one, it enriches my story.
Because
There is-
you're already, I won't call you biased, but
Yeah.
you're already a believer and you want to nurture the.
I'll try and contradict that. Okay. So I'm a believer. I'm writing with a lot of bhakti. I make it very clear in my book. It's there in my author's note that I'm not looking to, write of these people as normal human beings. These are avatars. These people did have. I'm very clear about that. But I'm not trying to make you a believer through this. I'm presenting his story in front of you. You make up your mind. Now, why should I include Divyastra and this avatarhood and all this? All of us love stories. Every religion, with no disrespect whatsoever, has to have something supernatural which attracts you to that religion. Whether it is walking on water, whether it is shooting an arrow that goes around and comes back to you. Take the story of anything. There's something there that is more than human.
I was about to say that. Like, if humans have to blindly surrender,
Yeah.
they need that supernatural element,
Yeah.
right?
Something that is above them.
Only then you will bow down to
them. Right? Now, you can go completely the other way. I'm not saying that you have to believe in this to lead an ethical, moral life. I'm not saying this at all. But when you're telling your children, you're telling stories that carry a little bit of morality, ethics, dharma, stories that are a little bit more than human, seem to carry that message better. This is, looking at it broadly, fiction, non-fiction. You have a lot of self-help books. These are the biggest selling books in India. Okay? You have competitive exam books. They sell equally. You have a non-fiction section and you have a fiction section. Now tell me, which stories do you like better? You're going to learn dharma, morality, ethics from fiction, register in your brain more than you're going to look at points given in a non-fiction book. Because the story, something inside you latches onto that story. Maybe psychologically, maybe. These avatars, these models that you're looking at, have become psychological archetypes over time.
Archetypes of?
Of the king, the warrior, the sage, the magician. You have a whole lot of archetypes that Carl Jung has given you. And there is a sort of school of thought that thinks that he's derived it from Eastern mythology and put it to use on psychology, but has denied the roots of this. You see a lot of it happening even today, where they take pranayama and call it something else. Yeah, box breathing. Yoga nidra is NSDR, non-sleep, deep rest. Stuff like this is happening from before. So, if these archetypes in your psychology are waiting for a response, these stories somehow seem to trigger it. You remember these stories, you sort of want to emulate these people. A little bit of what their path is. When you're faced with a challenge, you're faced with a dilemma, something in life today, something like this springs to mind faster than a bullet point list in a non-fiction book. That is the magic of a story. Right. So if somebody is giving you that through this whole framework of supernatural or divine or suprahuman, or call it whatever you want, I have no problem with that. Because he's doing something that helps you eventually, whether you know it or not.
All you care about is the impact, the influence it has.
What does the story want to convey? Parashurama story, what does it want to convey to you? Are the Divyastras so important? What will you learn? I mean, are you going to learn Divyastras from Parashurama, or how he led his life? What is the message he wants to give you? Whoever's written these stories, let's just say these are all stories written. Nothing like this happened. Maybe there was a small incident, they have exaggerated the whole thing down. But that person who wrote the story wrote it with a intention. He wanted you to remember the story. You're sitting on a campfire. You have the story to tell. A non-fiction book is not going to come to your hand then. You need a story that's going to grab the attention of your listeners. But with the narration, tell them something important. I think our ancients have been brilliant at it. So I have actually no problem with this so many lakhs of years as yugas, people living for 10,000 years, chiranjeevis, divyastra, supernatural powers. I actually enjoy it. Look at a country that doesn't have this. The USA. They don't have anything like this. Look what they've done to fill up the vacuum.
Avengers,
Marvel superheroes.
But what shocked me was, in yoga, I think you might have done in your R&D, you might have stumbled upon these Ashtra Vidyas, right? Laguma, Girima, Mahima.
Yeah.
So what, basically these powers are nothing but what these Hulks and Flash, they're having the same powers. Like suddenly you can increase your weight, suddenly you can be a Flash, like you mentioned, right, Parashuram, like in blink of an eye, he could be seen in multiple places.
Yeah.
So when I was reading all of this through this book called Neem Karoli Baba's book.
Yeah. Big Hanuman Bhakt.
Right.
Yeah.
The minute I read about these Ashtavidyas, the immediate connection was these Avengers, and these are stories probably driven from them or I don't know what.
True.
So
one interesting story about this, a friend of mine told me. I'm not sure how correct it is, but it's really interesting because it seems I think it was Jack Kirby or one of the earlier illustrators of the Marvel comics served as a World War II soldier somewhere in East Asia. And he, during the break or whatever, when he was not at the field, looked at the comics there. And they have their own version of the Mahabharata. Yeah, and since the print at that time did not take white color very well, there was this thing that was green in the Mahabharata story. And for them, this is how the story goes. Yudhishthir is a very calm, patient man. But when he loses his temper, it's so aggressive that he removes himself to the forest to vent his anger out.
Mm-hmm.
And when he vents his anger out, Yudhishthir transforms into this beast. And since they couldn't use a white color, for whatever reason, they made it green.
Ah.
He reads this, comes back, and when Marvel starts, he has this thing of a Hulk.
Oh.
Would you believe the connection between Hulk and Yudhishthir of all people?
Yeah. So I think this is the problem with mythology. You know, the roots, we don't know where it's coming from. I mean, is it passing generations and people's imaginations and mouths and, actual information? I'm not sure if it is passed well or what's
Yeah.
happening here, and is this where all the confusion?
See, now it's taken on a life of its own.
Yep.
Yeah, there's no connection with the Mahabharata at all. But we still have our stories.
Right.
And we are not telling our stories the way it should be told. As a writer, I do feel that. Now, if I could have very easily written Parashurama as Brahminical patriarchy, genocidal guy who's just going around killing people. I didn't do that. That's the easy way out. I had to find out what this character was all about.
I think we should lay the foundation right. So
Yep.
tell us
Yep.
all the misconceptions about Parashuram, and with a fresh pair of eyes, how should one understand Parashuram? Later it is for them whether to celebrate or
Right.
whether to
Right. Disagree with me. Yeah. So Parashurama is an avatar of Mahavishnu who's come here to restore dharma. What is the imbalance? There is this Samrat called Kartavir Arjuna, who once was a very dharmic king, but now the power, the ego has grown so big that he thinks he can get away with anything.
Right.
This happens in today's world also. Yeah. So his power is so great. Number one, he can grow 1,000 arms. See, here comes the more than human part of the villain.
Like the Rakta Bijasur.
Yeah.
This guy is like, he can grow.
He can grow 1,000 arms.
Oh.
And you cut off the arm, he can regenerate it. Okay. He can read the minds of people in front of him.
Oh.
Very good for Rapid Rashmi had it. Right?
Yeah.
So powerful that ordinary people cannot confront him. So powerful that he's ambitious enough to take on Indra. And these are all boons that he's got through his tapasya. So this man is a great meditator. He has done intense tapasya to win all this. It's just not given to him by that. He's won it. Okay?
Earned it.
So you needed somebody of that equal caliber who can face this man and bring him to heel. So it's when things go out of the hand, out of the range of normal humans, that an avatara descends to earth to restore the balance.
Right.
This is what Parashurama came for.
Okay.
Now, since you know only about the battle with Arjuna and his vengeance on 21 generations of Kshatriyas, what is he doing? I got asked by a Kshatriya this, why should I worship Parashurama? He's only killed Kshatriyas. I said, I think you should thank Parashurama, because think of yourself as a farmer. You're going to grow rice or wheat. You've sown the seeds. But among those seeds, just looking exactly like those seeds of rice or wheat, are weeds. It's only when they sprout that you get to know. Now when you're trying to get it out, they proliferate so fast, they're threatening to eat the actual wheat or rice. You don't know what to do. When along comes Parashurama, he says, I'm going to get rid of that. So what glory that you deservedly have today is because long time back, Parashurama culled out the bad and left only the good. The ones who stuck to the Kshatriya path, or ones who honored their word, or the ones who picked up arms when adharma happened, he prevented the people who had abused that. He drew a line. So how do you connect with Parashurama today? He's the guy who will draw lines for you. He will draw boundaries. And he will tell you, thus far, no further. You cross this, you're going to deal with me, and it's not going to be good for you.
Right. Oh, so that was, so he came for Dharma Samsthapan.
Dharma samstapana. Every avatar comes for it in one way or the other. Either to teach you some kind of bhakti, restore some lost knowledge, or to restore the balance of dharma.
So where was Parashuram in India, and which part of, what timelines were he, what timelines was he around? Like,
Okay, if you're looking at the 4 yugas, he was born on Akshaya Tritiya,
oh,
a very auspicious day, at the beginning of Treta Yuga.
mm-hmm.
Sri Rama was born at the end of Treta Yuga.
Oh,
Okay, so it's an entire span of a yuga that separates the two of them. So if he's a Chiranjeevi, he has seen the Treta Yuga, he's seen Dwapar, and now in Kali,
Kali
he's
Yuga.
still supposed to be meditating somewhere else.
So where is Parashuram as on today? Because you said he's still here on this plain earth.
Yeah. Whether he's on this plain earth, I have my own misgivings about, because they say there's a Mount Mahendra somewhere in Orissa, which is where he meditates. But there is no sighting or anything. Like you
Of
see,
Mount
yeah,
Mahendra.
not of Mount Mahendra, of Parashurama. You periodically hear of sightings of Ashwatthama. Have you noticed? There's this old, wrinkled, diseased person walking around this temple in Madhya Pradesh, somewhere else.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you keep hearing stories like this. You never hear of Parashuram.
Okay.
So, my theory of what this Mount Mahendra is different.
What
That's
is
going to
it?
come out in book 3. I don't want it to be a spoiler, but I've left hints in book 2.
Oh, yeah?
So maybe you should the reader will pick up from there.
Sure. Like which part of the book has these hints?
There's a particular mountain that I've mentioned in book 1. He sees a different version of that mountain in book 2, and what that mountain actually is, what this Mahendra is, I will reveal in book 3. So,
Amazing. So yeah, he's meditating somewhere,
yeah,
and his powers were what we just discussed about.
yeah. I'll tell you one more thing. Since I told you Yudhishthira and Hulk, there was this old Hindi movie with Devanand.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Jewel Thief, where he has a photographic memory.
Mm.
He just has to read once and he remembers everything. The comma, the full stop, everything.
Mm-hmm. Like your the Suits mein, there's one character, no?
Yeah, yeah.
The main guy.
I forgot the name
forgot
of
his
the
name,
yeah.
yep.
Yeah. So, hundreds of years back, somebody actually thought of a character that has a photographic memory. Just assume it's a story, none of this is true, somebody's exaggerated, take all that. But somebody actually thought of a person with a photographic memory, and that is Parashuram.
Oh,
He needs to read things just once.
amazing.
And so somebody did think of something like this.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking at this as fiction, exaggeration, somebody was clever enough to think of this all those hundreds of years back about a photographic memory, which is amazing, no? I think we are a civilization of storytellers.
Right.
We've lost that art somewhere, or that art has now being used for throwing punches at the civilization itself sometimes. To have you come out and tell our stories as they are, as interestingly as possible for readers today, is up to people like me who write about these stories, which is what my books are all about.
So when you write,
Yeah.
what's like the tone? Like, do you see the mythological story, or you still maintain that human skin the story needs to have when it comes to Parashuram? So
Yeah.
have you glorified him as a mythological story, or the human wearing a mythic skin?
Oh, I see. Damn good question. Yeah. When we say avatar, what do we think of? We think of the divine in human form.
Okay.
So there is a human skin already in the story. They are subject to the same mortal laws that we
follow.
we follow.
What applies to us,
what applies to us. They are living in this mortal plane.
right?
So mrityu applies to them too.
Yeah.
Being born as a baby, growing through teenage, growing up,
All the
marrying, all
vulnerabilities,
this happens to them too.
Yeah, yeah.
They age. So they already are in a human skin. What I need to tell you is what this avatara is all about. For the time, place, and context that this avatara came, what is he teaching, and do his teachings still connect with you today? This is what I have to try and bring forth.
Right.
And portray the avatara as correctly as what the original texts say, without bringing my own ideology into it. My only thing is, this says there's supernatural. I'm okay with the supernatural. I don't want to make him natural, a common human being. Over time, he became God. I have a problem with that. Because if you look at the people who have been made, if you go with this theory, that these were great men and women. Over time, they've become gods and goddesses. Look at the number of people who have missed out on this. What is the reason for that?
Missed out on this as in?
Missed out on being elevated as gods.
Mm-hmm.
We all go to Ganga to have a snan. That's supposed to be the holiest river.
Right.
No, the Ganga was not even flowing in earth. No, she was flowing in Swarga. It took one man to bring her down. Sorry, that is Bhagiratha. Do you see a temple to Bhagiratha anywhere? Everybody goes and it's such a superhuman thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's brought down a river to wash away the sins of all humanity. Why isn't he a god?
Right.
Why isn't he at least an avatar or somebody? Do we find a temple to him? We don't.
So where do you find your own answers for these questions?
I go with what the text tells me. So when they say Parashurama is an avatar, my job is to understand why. And tell you what this avatar is all about. Which is where my creative freedom comes. My creative freedom is not to portray the hero as the villain and because see, that's an easy thing to do, and it's been done and dusted. You have versions of the Mahabharata where Duryodhana is the hero.
Even Ramayana for that matter.
Yeah.
Ravana's theory.
Ravanayana, if you want to call it. You have all that. It's been done and dusted. What new can you bring? Do you want to serve the reader the same dish again? Or do you want to give him something, looks the same, tastes different? Or something entirely different?
Or another layer unexplored.
Yeah. Especially when you have a character like Parashurama, which is not well known. You don't know too much about him. And you have a misconception. It makes that my job as a writer so much more fun, actually. Because I'm telling you so much more about him.
Because a canvas for you to...
Yeah, to explore so much.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing so much new information to this, especially book 2, because that part of the story has not been told. You know about the fight, the epic battle that he's fought with this arch nemesis, and now he's won. What after? So where did this hymn come from? Where did this book come from? How did he connect the two? And now this man is raised Parashurama Kshetra, from Gokarna to Kanyakumari, he is raised from the sea. Now where does this come from? How do you connect all this? There is no plot. There is no story to this. So if I had to, book 1, the beginning and the end of the story is there in Brahmanda Puran. This story is nowhere. Because it's all bits and pieces. And you have to connect all this. You have temples that are associated with him. He's supposed to have built 108 Shiva temples, 108 Devi temples. And certain Devi temples have a particular architecture.
Like?
You will have Devi facing, I think, north. Mahadeva facing east. To the northeast side of them, you will have Ganesha. Then you'll have the Sapta Matrikas. Now, where did the Matrikas come in? Why have they come suddenly?
Who are Matrikas?
There are these Matrikas who are, say, the Shakti behind the gods. They are, the debate is whether the gods are named after the Shaktis or the Shaktis are named after the gods. So, if you have Indra, you have Indrani.
Oh.
So, if you have Varaha, you have Varahi.
Oh.
So, these forms were created by Mother Goddess to battle a demon, the Rakta Bija that you talked about. These forms were created them to battle the demon.
So they're like the assistants, or I don't know.
They are manifestations of Devi herself. You can, in a broader sense, you can call them assistants, but they are goddesses in their own right.
So it's like a regional manager. Like India head, like CEO.
Yeah, but all are the same person, all are the same divinity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That's the magic of our Hindu philosophy. So there are 13 such temples. They all follow the same architectural design, all founded by Parashurama. Now, this temple building is something that I didn't know.
Yep.
Now,
How did you stumble upon this?
oh, this is some obscure part of the web where when I stumbled upon the book, the tantric book, that
That's
was where
book name?
Parashurama Kalpa Sutra, the one that is penned by Parashurama,
Himself, yep.
that is where a reference to the temples and this temple architecture is called the Rurujit Vidhana, all dedicated to Devi.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as a writer, this is something absolutely delicious. You have an avatar of Mahavishnu who's blessed by Mahadeva, and ultimately he becomes a Devi Bhakt. You're seeing Vaishnavite, Shaivite, and Shakta unite here.
Tantra side.
Now Veda and Tantra is uniting here. Now you look at how much this one avatara has done. You're not seeing this for anybody else. He's the only avatar who has this term called Brahma-Kshatriya associated with him.
What does Brahma-Kshatriya mean?
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it's who's a warrior and a sage both?
Yeah, this is a traditional thing that's given to you. That is a Brahmin who has Kshatriya qualities. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Born Brahmin but has Kshatriya qualities.
Mm-hmm.
And now if you're going to look at that deeper, you're going to get into a bigger debate about whether a Brahmin is through guna or is it through your birth.
Skills.
Yeah.
Skills or blood. Yep,
Blood.
yep.
Yeah. I've given it a different definition in my book. These are the places that I've used my creative freedom. Because to me, it struck me as a little odd that a person who's been trained by an expert on Dhanurvidya, that is his father, Jamadagni, who has all the Divyastras with him, does tapasya to Mahadeva, and the only thing Mahadeva gives him is an axe. It's not a Divyastra, it's not another bow, it's not some other weapon, fantastic weapon. He gives him an axe. Why would he give him an axe? Now, you have another story of Mahadeva giving Ravana something. He gives him a sword called Chandrahasam.
Mm-hmm.
And it stays with Ravana as long as he stays dharmic. The moment he does an act of adharma, it goes. So why can't the axe be something similar? So that's when the threads of the story started forming in my mind, because that axe is not given to anyone else. I don't know of another story where an axe is given as a weapon.
Right.
He's been giving Pashupat Astra, he's been giving this weapon, that weapon, Brahma has been giving Brahmastra, but nobody is giving this axe. And if you see this axe, you find it in certain forms of Devi, certain forms of Ganesha.
In that multiple hands that comes
Yeah,
behind.
yeah.
I think Devi, we've seen. Durga Mata, we would have seen.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Ganesha also has it in certain forms.
Mm-hmm.
So what is so special about this axe? Why is it Mahadev giving it to Parashuram? What does he do with it? And it is so important that Ramabhadra is now known as Parashurama.
Parashu is the axe in Sanskrit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
And now he's called the Brahma-Kshatriya. So if I can postulate that the axe has sentience, that means there is an intelligence in it. And since he's a man who's walking a new spiritual path, which is uniting the Vedas and the Tantra,
Mm-hmm.
maybe this Brahma-Kshatriya is a term that connects the new knowledge, this new weapon that is sentient, and is a person not concerned with the varna of the person, whether it is Brahmin or Kshatriya, but a person who can be fighting and in tapasya at the same time.
So it's like duality coming together. Somebody who represents
The
hybrid.
unity behind the duality.
Yeah. Right.
One man doing two things.
Like the yin and yang.
Yeah.
So it's like Parashuram who's representing, who's a
Yeah.
collective of all these coming together.
Yeah. even broader sense, we all talk about the inner world and how your enlightenment and your tapasya and meditation all depends on your inner world.
Right.
This is a man who unites the inner and the outer. So what he pursues and accomplishes in his inner world reflects in the outer world. So he learns to control the acts, grow spiritually internally. Outside, he unlocks the powers of the acts.
Wow, that's very deep. So what happened to Parashuram? How many years did he live physically?
He's physically still alive.
Still alive.
Still alive. So probably his
so he didn't leave his body, and it's not that his energy is around. He's
no.
physically, bodily present.
Bodily present. But is he on this plane? Because nobody has seen him. I'm still writing part 3, so I have a theory about that, connected to the mountain that we talked about before. And he is going to be a guru of both Shastra and Shastra, knowledge as well as weapons, to Kalki. So he has to have a body. And he awaits the birth of the 10th avatar. We don't know when that is going to be.
So are you wanting to be a follower? Blindly wanting to follow a syllabus written by somebody, theories, ideologies set by somebody, and why aren't you following your own or making your own?
Yeah. So the whole debate, the questioning, that's the root of our philosophy, of our dharma, of our Vedas. Why do you ignore it and immediately follow because it's fashionable, because you heard something? Why is that questioning not coming before you say, okay, I will follow you? Why are you so eager to bend your back? There's this old saying that the greatest wealth is an unbent spine.
Oh, wow. But today I think they silence people. Like there's also another saying, right? The straight trees are the ones which are
get cut
first,
fastest.
Yep.
Yeah, but that is if you're an individual. If there are so many, would somebody come dare cut you down? They would be scared at the sight of it, no? So shouldn't we be making more of those straight spines?
So bringing people together with a common vision.
Yeah.
I think democracy has already failed us. I mean, this is similar when we are not able to unite in the name of a nation.
Yeah.
I don't know how purpose.
When we are not able to define ourselves correctly, define our enemies correctly. This is another thing Parashurama would do, no? He would identify who the enemy is, keep a watch, you transgress, I am cutting you down. If you take this 21 generations as exaggeration, what has he been... Why this 21 generations?
Sorry, can you elaborate on this 21 generations?
Yeah, the story goes that after killing Kartavirarjuna, he hunted down adharmic kings for 21 generations. For 21 generations, he cut down those seeds which were bad. Unfortunately, we don't have the names of all
the kings.
All the kings.
The lineage, okay.
Yeah, 21 generations is a huge time span. We have hardly a few names. So if he did that, he knew exactly what is right or wrong. No? You're mistaking him because you probably have not understood him properly, that this man was driven by vengeance. Now, vengeance is not going to... These are kings that have nothing to do with any personal loss to him. So he knew what was right and wrong. He was willing to put skin in the game. He was willing to pursue it.
Even at the cost of his own image. I mean, probably he was never looking for an image, maybe.
Yeah. So you asked me, why is this book not come out? Why don't people know much about Parashurama? The funny thing is, when you have so much of bhakti, so much of, like music, songs about Rama and Krishna and all that, if you were to look at it in another way, Sri Rama and Sri Krishna are like Ganga and Yamuna. Rivers are there. You have a whole lot of places that you can visit, whole lot of stories about both this. But Parashurama is like Saraswati.
Hidden, mysterious.
Hidden, mysterious. You heard of a mighty river before. You can't see the Saraswati now. But the Saraswati still flows. Subterranean. You got to dig. And Parashurama is waiting for you to dig. You find, you come.
So, in simple words, today, if I have to connect to Parashurama's ideology, four things that you would tell me or my audience and Gen Zs to dig into this concept, and how can we kind of evoke the Parashuramness in us?
Okay. Don't be a blind follower. Be a questioner. Because Parashurama did question. You were saying he blindly followed his father. There is something behind, there is a reason behind that, which I've tried to explain in the book. And he does question. He does question the injustice of the world. He's not frightened to take a stand against the most powerful person in the world. That needs a great deal of self-belief.
And also should be ready to lose.
Should be ready to lose, should be prepared to take the fight, should have the power to face your opponent, to be in that fight. That is required. So your power of your mind, power of your body, the self-belief that you should have clear boundaries. This is what I will accept, this is what I will not. Never play victim. He never did. You look at the lives of each of these avatars. One guy is born in jail. His uncle is trying to kill him. The other guy is thrown out of his kingdom and says 14 years go. The most powerful man in the world comes and abducts his wife. This crisis after crisis, none of them sat back and said, why is all this happening to me?
Right?
This Sade Sati is happening. Or none of this. They faced what had to be done. If you want to learn from your avatars without the divinity, this one thing. Stop saying my forefathers were discriminated against and this happened. You are the person. This has happened to you. Learn from these gods. Stand up. People will respect you then. You suddenly grow in stature that probably you are not aware of yourself. But then people say, this guy, he will do. That suddenly that belief people have in you, because you are not a victim to yourself. You're not portraying yourself as a victim. Is something that no money can buy.
Like they say, hunger and purpose. You can't instill that in anybody.
Yeah.
These are all things that one should, naturally have, or probably the life journey will.
Yeah, something will, you will find something that triggers that passion in you. And to stick to that path is actually what your ethics and integrity and all is about.
That's a choice we make.
Yeah. Because if you say it's too tough, or I don't want to do it because my parents don't like it, society doesn't like it, then you lose your integrity, because that was your calling.
You've written about Shakuni and Parashurama, right? Shakuni, the name itself, so destroyed. The image, somebody who's always double dolki, player of the human mind.
Okay.
There are these two figures. So first we explored about Parshuram. How should one understand Shakuni? Has he been misinterpreted, or have we misunderstood? Just boxing him in a particular situation and then labeling it for life?
Fantastic question. Because you see what's happened. We have a misconception of him too. This is a morally grey character, or if you want, an evil character, but we still don't see him for what Shakuni is in the Mahabharata. A lot of people think Shakuni limps. Do you know the story behind that? I saw this on social media. When B.R. Chopra's Mahabharata was being shot, the actor Goofy Panthal, who was playing Shakuni, on the first day of shoot, suffered an accident. And he started to limp. They had to shoot that day. So the director said, use the limp. Make it a part of the character. It is because of that actor's accident that Shakuni limps in B.R. Chopra's. So after that, everybody has started to limp because they think Shakuni limps. He doesn't.
So in real life, Shakuni doesn't limp.
No.
Like these are all the shades and all the colors that's been just passed over by generations through multiple hands.
So what does that teach us? When you have stories, you neglect them. Other people will take over your stories and tell them to you. They will tell you what to think, what your stories are. So please own your stories. Because they are part of your identity. They tell you something very valuable about what your ancestors at least thought. Whether you can find any relevance for it today or not, they were relevant to people, your forefathers. To understand them, these stories are required.
Mm-hmm.
So please own your story. They are part of your national identity. These are stories that belong to
Cultural
this
identity,
earth.
yes.
So please own them before somebody else makes a mishmash of it and sells it back to you.
So how should we understood? How should we understand Shakuni then?
Yeah, okay. Things you perhaps may not know about Shakuni. He did try and turn Duryodhana back, give the kingdom back to the Pandavas. Don't do this.
Hmm.
There was one instance where he has advised Duryodhana this. They sort of think of him as this evil mastermind
Right.
behind all this. A lot of what has happened there. Now, Vedavyasa is very clear that this quartet of people are not good people. That is
Okay.
Duryodhana, Shakuni, Karna and Dushasana. All supported by Dhritarashtra. He's clear on that. But a lot of stuff that has been done by Duryodhana has been attributed to Shakuni because that's how the portrayal has been. Well, Shakuni Mama, very scheming guy. But this scheming guy was also a warrior. 18 days of Mahabharata war, he survived the 18 days. He dies only on the 18th day.
Oh.
And he did not stay away from the war. He fought. There are times he has won, times he has been defeated, he has retreated, but he has always come back to the fight. He had his sons, nephews, he lost all of them, just like the Pandavas lost. He lost his family in the...
Yeah. Oh.
He didn't cry and play victim either. He fought the war. He fought it for the side he believed in.
So I mean, I think it's just the interpretation.
Yeah, we're looking at an interpretation, a misconception that's been handed down to us and we are readily accept because we do not know what is there in the original.
Why was it edited that way? Who does the editing here?
See, it's very fashionable to blame Bollywood or blame today's people, but this glorification of, say, Karna began long back. There was a playwright called Bhasa. This was during probably near Sangam times, 1000 BCE, maybe that time. He had already started writing.
Known to be a sacrificer.
Yeah, this play that was enacted by Mohanlal on stage called Karna Bharam. It was already written then.
So what you're trying to say is probably it's been an innate guna. What am I looking for? Innate habit of humans
Yeah.
to just take one character, one whatever guna of a human and glorify it and not show the holistic picture.
See, I think it works both ways. Now, if you look at people who are interpreting Karna because of this certain ideology, they said, okay, this is he's a victim of class hierarchy or caste hierarchy or something like this. There's a particular idea that they want to portray through Karna. Now, this has gone to one side. Okay, you identify with him. He was always a victim of bad circumstances, favoritism. He was not anybody's favorite boy, which is why he was discriminated against. Now, you're fighting anti-discrimination. You're trying to use Karna as the poster boy of it. But are you staying true to him? Because you don't know the original story. Are you being true to Karna? Would Karna want to be associated with this? That nobody's thinking of. This is one side. You come to the believer side. In the original Ramayana, nowhere does it say that Ahalya was a stone and Rama had to touch that stone with his foot for her to come back to life. Now, Ahalya is a Rishi Patni who's been cursed because of adultery. Okay? In the Valmiki Ramayana, while Vishwamitra is traveling with Rama and Lakshmana, Rama asks him, this ashram is so beautiful. Whose is it? And Vishwamitra's reply is this is an ashram of a great Rishika. So great that Rama, you must go meet her and take her blessings. What story do we know of Ahalya? This stone that had to be touched by Rama's foot for her to be freed from the curse. Now, this has come out of a place of bhakti, not out of a place of disrespect. This is to elevate Sri Rama even more, which was not required. He was so great already. Who pays the price? Ahalya. If you see most feminist retellings, most retellings of these epics that's coming today, it is always the woman who's paying the price. In the story. Because suddenly Draupadi is the reason for the war.
I was about to say that. Vastrapaharan,
Yeah,
Sita,
yeah,
Ramayan.
yeah. And this comes through in feminist tellings. How is that possible? If you're telling me that somebody like Draupadi had a secret crush on Karna, you are bringing down the stature of one of the most magnificent empresses that we have in our epics. She had nothing like that. Why do you do this? Why is it always the woman who pays the price?
It's always a narrative. No wonder we
Yeah.
call India,
Yeah.
not India alone, I think even the world, it's like man's world.
See, there is a political narrative that both sides indulge in. But what you asked me a very interesting thing about AI. Okay? You find a lot of writers using AI to write their books now. Okay? It's gone to an extent where you can feed in manuscripts of a writer you like and ask the AI to write in that style.
Damn. Like you can write like J.K. Rowling today.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
she can write like you.
Yeah. So,
So,
all you have to do is sit and probably fine tune the output. Okay.
so who controls this?
Nobody controls this. People are already doing it. There was I've read on social media that there was a magazine in the US that supported new writers by asking them to send in submissions. We will publish this in our magazine and pay you a price.
Okay.
Okay. I think they've not been publishing for the last 2 years because everybody's turning in AI. So this tech and everything was to make life easier for us so that we could spend time on what is worthwhile. What is worthwhile? Pursuit of higher ideals, creativity. Now we are outsourcing that to tech. Okay. Now, if you don't own your stories, what AI is learning from all the output of all creative artists around the world. There is a copyright violation. People are fighting about that. But now look at something. Just for ease of coinage, I'm saying there is a different AI. This is called ancient intelligence. This is the full corpus of our scriptures and our stories. The output is already there. You prompt artificial intelligence. Ancient intelligence prompts you.
Oh, wow. Very
So,
true.
what you're bringing to the stories is not your political ideology. What evokes inside you when you read those stories? Why do you get so stuck in a place where you are so outraged in something that happened in the story? Why? Pause, take a time, find out what is that exact emotion. You're outraged. Why? Who are you feeling the outrage for? Why is this outrage happening? Something else happened this way. Why is there no outrage there? That output there, with all its mythology and over exaggeration, is to provoke something inside you. This is why owning our stories is important, because if somebody else is going to tell you what your stories are, you are not going to get the reaction at the right place at the right time that is meant for you. You are going to have a different takeaway from the Ramayana than I have.
That has to be organic, you're saying.
Yeah,
that
it has
reaction.
to. Yeah, from you. There is some point in the story that is going to catch you. Even for a writer, you decide to write a story on Parashurama. What is that one thing in the story that caught your attention so much, that grabbed you, that you're a writer, you want to write? What is it? When they teach you writing, they talk about an inciting incident, and this is a thing that changes the normal in the story. One thing that makes the hero go on a different path. Now there is an inciting incident in the story for you to get interested in it, no? That makes you want to sit down and write this story and nothing else. Unless it comes organically from you,
Yeah.
unless you bring yourself into that story, all you're going to end up with, if you put it to AI, is the same tired conformity that we are leading in our daily lives now. You are continuing that. This is hell. This conformity in everything that you do, you have now bought to probably something that is most sacred to human beings, that is the creative life.
So now I have some is it so questions about myths, misbeliefs, and mysteries.
Okay.
Yeah, is it so that mythology glorifies violence or does it symbolize inner transformation?
Inner transformation. Best example I can give you is that there's a battlefield, there is the world's greatest archer, and now he knows this is do or die, and the person sitting there gives him philosophical advice on the battlefield. This is Krishna and Arjuna. You can call Arjuna, maybe if you want to call him, the world's first pacifist. Because this guy is not a harmless guy. This guy can kill. And he's saying, I don't want to. This is not a guy who can't harm anybody and saying, see, I don't want to do anything. You can't do even if you wanted to. This guy has defeated all these people single-handedly before. He knows this is not a war like before where he could just defeat them. Now he has to kill. And now he's saying, I don't want to kill these guys for a kingdom.
Wow.
So inner transformation only, not just violence.
Take the same example of Alexander, wherein he went for the kill, right?
Yeah.
And after winning also he lost.
Yeah.
Internally he lost, though he won
True.
outside. So here it is. I think every time
Yeah.
mythology or whatever stories that they're trying to tell us something
Yeah.
for our generation to probably take
Correct.
away few nuggets out of it.
And see the beauty of it. After telling him I am the supreme, I have manifested, I know all my births before your births before this, gives him full philosophical thing, and he doesn't say my way or the highway.
Is it so that we've lost the oral storytelling tradition, or are these podcasts a rebirth?
I hope they are, because I really love long form content, and all our oral traditions are long form. No, it lasted through the night, it lasted a few hours.
Yeah, absolutely. All
There
your
are no
plays,
there are no
poetry.
reels in our oral tradition. No short videos. They told you a story. They told you if it was a part of a story, they had a beginning and an end, or they said, okay, we are stopping here. Tomorrow night you come back and we will tell you the same story. So this stretched on for days.
The delayed gratification
Yeah.
was in place
Yeah.
as a byproduct.
Yeah. Now our oral tradition, I don't know how many people listen to, because our oral tradition is in a regional language, and a lot of our city youth connect more to English rather than that. Okay, so I don't know how interior in the States people connect to this. I don't know how many people are there, but some of them that you find on YouTube are fabulous. No, you sit there and just listen to them.
So I'm going to ask you area-wise now. Somebody sitting in the north
Huh.
of India, 2 stories that you would want them to brush up, like a mythology story,
Okay,
which can probably change them as humans or probably their outlook towards life.
okay. One, Raja Harishchandra.
Satya Harishchandra.
Yeah, we've seen all the black and white movies. We see it as a tragedy. So this king, so many things happening to him.
He lost everything in the
Yeah,
end.
relook. Look at this man. Do you think Sri Rama could have been born in any other lineage other than the lineage that Harishchandra was in? Because he's the same. Because here's this guy who's put on a test, and no matter what is thrown at him, he does not budge an inch.
He's ready to lose, but
He's
not.
ready to lose. You've taken a kingdom, fine. You've lost everything, fine. He's separated from his wife and kid, fine. He's now working in a cremation ground, fine. I'm still standing. His son dies. His wife carries the dead body of his son and comes to him, and he says, pay.
Pay the price, only then I'll let you.
Can you put yourself in the mind of a person like this? Can you imagine that an avatara has to be born? Will he be born in any lineage other than the lineage that Sri Harishchandra was to be born?
Actually, if come to
He's-
think
he's-
of it, they're all our therapies.
No?
They are all our therapists.
No?
If you kind of know
Yeah.
how to use them,
Yeah.
it kind of grounds you, humbles you. It's like a moral compass.
Yeah.
Very thanks for this reminder. Beautifully suggested. So one is Satya Harishchandra.
Yeah.
Any other story that you would want a North Indian?
I think a lot of North Indians do not know how much Parashurama has done, because a lot of his stories are down south. because interestingly, the connection to the Bahubali movie is that they've used Mahishmati there. There actually was a city called Mahishmati where Arjuna ruled, and that is the city that Parashurama destroys. So it is
Karthi Veerarjuna.
Kartavir Arjuna. His capital was Mahishmati. So it is a place that really existed in our Puranas, and they say it is the present day Maheshwar in Madhya Pradesh.
Oh.
It was around there. So I could not find a Sanskrit word for Kalaripet. I had to make up a
Kalaripet is a Malayalam.
Malayalam word. So I had to come up with Kalurika Prayoga in Sanskrit, because now this is Sanskrit. Now I can't put Malayalam into this story. Now there's a particular kind of weapon that he gives him, his followers, that is used in Kalaripayattu. That also has a Malayalam name only. That's Urumi. I can't find a Sanskrit name. So a lot of this stuff about Parashurama is not known up north. So that he is taught Kalaripayattu, there is this weapon that he has created, that there is this tantric book. There's so many temples in this thing, that there's sacred Naga groves. I don't know whether there are Naga groves up north. Most of it seems to be down south. I have to look that up. That something like this is there. You have not known the entire story of Parashurama. So,
Wow. Naga groves, what are they? Like mangroves?
No, I mean, these are groves. Before each of these Nair households used to have what is called a Sarpakava. That is an area, a wooded area, where you couldn't even break a twig out from there, because that belonged to the snake god.
Oh,
And
all your bamboo shrubs, right?
trees, shrubs, it was left wild. And you had a few figurines, a few murtis of the Nagas, and it was the lady of the house who will go and light the lamp, not men. So today also you have these Naga temples, and there is no head priest. There is always a head priestess only.
In Kerala.
In Kerala. So I was hoping somebody would bring this out when they talked about all this discrimination that's happening in Shabarimala and all that stuff. So do you know there are temples where a man cannot be the head?
Wow.
It has to be the woman.
So can you suggest the temple? What we should be visiting? Where is it?
Pambu Mekata.
Pambu Mekata.
Yeah,
Where is this?
This is, I think, near Thrissur in Kerala.
Oh, wow.
There are a lot, Mannarshala. You can look up the snake groves of Kerala, Google it. You find these temples there, and it is always a woman who's the head. She doesn't have a daughter, it goes to her daughter-in-law, not her son.
Wow. Amazing. So, why should I go to this temple? With what belief usually?
This is when he raised the land, Parashurama, from the sea. The land was supposed to be really uncultivable, didn't yield anything. So he prayed to the Nagas to use their poison to remove that infertility. So it is through their blessing. It doesn't have to be the poison. It's through the blessings of the Nagas that the land is so fertile. You won't find a single place in the entire coast from Konkan where that does. You throw a seed, automatically it grows.
Very habitable.
Yeah, it's so fertile. So this is supposed to be the blessing of the Nagas, and he is supposed to have said that as long as you worship them, the land remains fertile.
That's why there is kukke.
Yeah. Yeah, so they keep that jungle even now. They don't they don't go trim the trees and all the stuff in these temples. It's just, you have the temple, around it will be wild undergrowth.
So you go there for?
To pray to Nagaraja and Nagayakshi. These are the only two murtis you will find there.
So what should one ask for? Like, for people trying to have baby, money, success?
The most usual thing is the baby. I'm sure you've heard of celebrities who have come down to Kukke, who have gone to a Naga temple and prayed for babies and had them after so many years. Most people go for that. Others go there if they have, on the basis of astrology, they have some Naga dosham, something to be done, they go for that.
Sarpa samskar and all that. Oh, okay.
But usually why do we go to a temple? We just darshan, say thank you, come back.
One more sub question.
Yes.
Who is a Naga?
These are celestial beings who are supposed to exist subterraneally. And there are different, there are Nagas, there are Uragas, there are Sarpas. These are, the Garudas and the Nagas are cousins. and they have a rivalry that is going on.
Like your Pandavas and Kauravas, huh?
Yeah, they are born to two sisters, and there was a bet between the sisters. It's a very fascinating story.
Oh, yeah?
I'll narrate it some other time. It's a little long. But these are
If you
deities.
can, in 2-3 lines also, we are fine. I mean, I'll leave it to you.
Oh,
If it is not too much of a trouble.
Okay, I will just stick to what the thing is. These are beings that are now become associated with Mahadeva as well as Mahavishnu, because Ananta and Vasuki. There are some versions that say it's Ananta on both. Ananta is the same that is around Shivji's neck, who's also serves as a bed for Mahavishnu.
Ananta.
Others have it as Ananta and Vasuki. They are look at humans with a little bit of kindness. There are benefactors in a way, like told you about the land. They've made it fertile. They symbolize your pitrus. They are capable of giving you children if you are their devotee. Certain amount of powers they have, and if you look at towards the end of the Mahabharata, Parikshit was killed by a Naga, and there was a huge
Parikshit is Arjun's son.
grandson.
Grandson.
Abhimanyu's son.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And his son decides to take revenge on the Nagas and does a Sarpa Yagna to bring them all down from heaven and kill them. So they're coming down, raining down from the skies, from the heavens. But usually what they tell you is that they live underground. They are, I mean, I don't know whether you can place them on the same level as deities like Mahavishnu and Shiva. They are not demigods either. They are gods, a category of divine beings.
So these are Nagas.
These are Nagas.
We've done with North Indian suggestion, right? Like you've given them 2 stories to follow, mythology story, and take few learnings from it. Satya Harishchandra and Parshuram's story.
Okay.
Now somebody from South watching us, suggestions to them, knowing their background and probably their interest.
I think somebody that we have learnt of but we do not know the story of is Agastya. He's the one who created the Tamil language, who came down south from the Vindhyas and never left back.
Agastya Muni, Siddhar. So probably learn something about him, because a lot of his life is a mystery. So I can't give you a definite answer why you must, but since he's so connected with South India and he came from the north, his story I think has to be explored. And this is something we know that he was a man of great power, but he drank the ocean. He could digest a demon inside his stomach because he's symbolized by a pot belly. Yet he teaches you Kalaripayattu. He's a founder of another school of Kalaripayattu. Yeah.
So now you see the complexity of the character. No moral complexity, but just the character itself is so complex. Yeah, and he's the guy who created the Tamil language. There's a connection with Parashurama too. I stumbled across, one of my friends stumbled across this after I finished writing book 2, and I had to, just as the edit was going, I had to go and change a certain portion of the book, because he discovered that one of Parashurama's brothers is the greatest disciple of Agastya, and he's the author of the book, the oldest extant Tamil book today, the Tolkappiyam.
Tolkappiyam
is the oldest extant Tamil book that we have today.
That is written by
a guy called Tolkappiyar. It's named after the book. Parashurama is named after Parashu. This man is named after the book. Both are brothers. It is Parashurama's brother who is Tolkappiyar.
So what is written in the book?
It's a Tamil grammar. The rules of grammar for Tamil. So we don't know which brother it is, but we know his name is... I only wrote it and I only forgot.
No worries, take your time.
Tirudhumagni. That's his name. The Tamil version of it, I'm still finding out. But because he wrote Tolkapiyam, he is called Tolkapiyar. Because this man has the Parashu, he is called the Parashu. Both of them are brothers.
So here, how do you look at gods? Like whenever we look at gods, are they infallible, or they are all reflections of human imperfections?
I think over time, somewhere we, in our eagerness to connect to them, stories have sprouted where our limitations, or say our imperfections or our desires, have made their way into stories of our gods.
Example?
Now Parvati wants to go visit her parents' house. Shiva is not willing to let her go. He says, no, stuff to be done here. Why are you running to your parents' house? Every time, this happens in so many households. You'll find a story like this somewhere. Something, a lot of play between Shiva and Parvati in our...
The bigger one being Parvati was taking bath.
Ganesha.
Asked Ganesh to guard it, and Shiv came.
Yeah. See, there are a lot of these stories. Okay, now this is about the origin story of Ganesha. There is a lot of small tales which show about a lover's tiff between Shiva and Parvati, something like this. Somewhere this is to help you connect with the divine. As a devotee, I am not looking at whether my God is jealous or whether my God is being immature right now. This is a playful episode that somehow has made it into a story. And if I connect with it, I stay with the story and see how cute it is. Or all the stories about baby Krishna.
So it's to make it relatable?
Somewhere it makes you connect to the divinity.
Like they say, content can take you places, and I'm sure it has opened doors in you meeting one Mr. Shashi Tharoor as well.
Yes.
So he's a voracious reader, and of course, Shashi sir, if you're watching this, I think in India, dictionaries have been sold because of you. Thanks to you. But jokes apart, I think that's the influence every individual has, right? I mean, he being such a voracious reader, how was your interaction with him? What did he say about the book? What happened? Walk us through the whole picture, through the situation that day.
I went to Delhi just to meet him. So I went in the morning, returned in the night flight, and he had given us maybe 15 minutes, and we got to Lutyens, Delhi, found where his official bungalow was. We go in, and so professional. It's almost like, people come, oh, you're here, okay, this is the timing that's been given to you. What do you like to talk to him about? Is there something special that you want to do? Is there something that I said, there's this book that we want to give him, we're here for that. He said, oh, wonderful. They make you feel comfortable. It's almost like, it's a corporate. And you go in, and you're walking into this room, and he's writing something, and he's got this entire wall of books behind him. Okay. And he looks up at you and he says, hi, welcome. And you are completely at ease at that moment. Because probably the most charming man I've met. It is incredible. He'll put you at ease right there.
Like things that you saw the world has not seen. Like example, 2-3 things.
One, his sense of humor. I don't know how much it's come out on thing, because that question answer was his idea. I told him, sir, can I ask you these questions? And I said, you know what, you make a reel. Okay, so that caught me completely by surprise. I had to make do with my friend's mobile, and we somehow shot that. And how gracious he was. And he's promised to read my book, so hopefully he has.
Interesting. I think you have opened many chapters through which you have enriched our knowledge. You've probably taken away you put light on few areas where there was darkness.
I really hope so.
So wishing you the best,
Thank
Ranjith.
you so much.
And what next? And I mean, what are you curious about in this phase of life? Because you had an interesting life yourself. I mean, for people in Bangalore, we all know Nice Road.
Yeah.
You were a toll manager there.
Yeah.
So I was like, what is this toll manager?
See, I've done a whole lot of jobs in my
An
life.
entrepreneur,
I-
actor, assistant,
yeah, I mean,
writer.
all these are stories in themselves. If I have to write my,
Own book?
autobiography, this is all going to be one book each. It
Oh.
started working a long time back. Believe it or not, I started off as a credit card salesman, Standard Chartered, and all. So I used to sell credit cards.
Oh
I
yeah.
used to take tuition, a whole lot of stuff. My dad passed away in '99.
So I mean, was that phase tough? I mean, we assume few things, right?
No, I mean, it's not that we were going hungry or didn't have a house to live in or something of the sort, but we suddenly lost guidance in your life. Compass is gone. And when you're at that age, there are a lot of things that you want to do.
Right.
And then these are dreams, these are passions that you want to follow, and you just throw yourself at it. And you don't know where it's going to take you. So you become a model, you have done a lot of ads at that time. You got into movies. I did a couple of Tamil serials. Oddly enough, connected to Nadi. You've told me that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You also went to Nadi. You saw the Vaitiswaran Koil thingy, that Nadi Shastra.
I didn't go to Vaiteshwaran temple, but the serial was about this Nadi astrology
Acha.
and a guy who doesn't believe in it, and another guy who thinks that there is a coded medicine in the Nadi leaves that can cure blood cancer. So Nadi and medicine gets mixed up, and on top of that, there's a crime thriller. And it was a fantastic serial. It's called Chidambara Ragasyam.
This was in which year?
2006-7.
Oh.
So that spot on Sun TV at that time, 8:30 Wednesday, was reserved for this director called Mr. Naga. He was brilliant. He's well known at that time for subjects like this. So I went there for a ad shoot, and they asked me, would you like to screen test for this? And I don't speak Tamil. He said, we're looking for a guy who doesn't speak Tamil. You have to learn as the serial goes on, and it's just one day a week. It's not a 5-day serial. Only on Wednesdays. You can come down, shoot and go. And he used to shoot the serials like a movie. He used to have trolley shots, stuff which I have not seen on any other serial. He used to shoot it like a movie, ask you to get your lines straight. It's not something that is done like this because you have to wrap up the episode. Huge learning experience. I've got into movies.
Any Kannada movies?
I did a small guest appearance in one of Sudeep's movies. I played his son.
Oh my god.
Where
Which
he
movie?
remade the Kamal Hassan movie, Typical Muthu.
Swati Muthu.
Swati Muthu. Yeah, so I'm there in one scene. I'm there. I'm playing a second son.
Oh, okay.
I was there for one scene in Chandu. He thinks the heroine is in love with me. So he's ready to beat me up or something like that.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Seen the movie.
Yeah, that's it. I've not done much. I'm mostly Tamil. I did 3 Malayalam movies, none of which did well. So believe me, the last movie that I did, I'm not kidding, I'm not exaggerating. They told me I'm going to play a police officer. I played one in the previous movie of the same director, and I said I don't want to do all these roles where I'm just standing somewhere. So no dialogue, all that is there. Come. And the first day itself, they said they're doing an action scene, and multiple heroes in the movie, and they're all attacking this army convoy or something of the sort. And first day itself, I was shot dead. For 5 days, I was playing a dead body. 5th day, I said, I'm burying my career here. I don't want to do this anymore. So then you move on to the next chapter. That's how I landed up in the. I went and met Mr. Kenny because he had an entertainment wing to it. I said, I'll take care of all that. You take care of the road. You go find out where the theft is happening. This is the opening. Do you want it or not?
Oh, the theft?
Usually happens with people
Acha, at the toll booths,
At the toll booths.
The
People
money.
don't check, take excess money, or don't take the correct money. All this, let the vehicle pass without collecting.
All of this, they were
Keep,
the
yeah.
problems on hand
So
way back then.
Yeah, keep a check on all this. You didn't have this
CCTV.
fast tag and all
and
that
fast
stuff
tag,
then.
okay.
So you had the lane cameras and all that stuff. You had cameras inside the booth, but it was very hard to pick up.
Monitor these things.
And you needed to have one person who could be seen on the ground, had boots on the ground. So that's the job I did there for like 4 years.
Oh.
So I was up and down that road. You would have seen me at that time. I didn't have the beard and all that then. So
Amazing.
that was my trip. I stay in Banaswadi. I used to come to Nice Road. That Nice Road stretch itself, I think, is on 41 kilometers. I forget.
Yeah.
And I had to have a night visit too. So I think in a day at that time when the traffic was not bad or something, I was easily every day running 150, 200 kilometers. Just going up and down the road and coming back and going home.
So much.
Yeah, so I started writing only in 2019-20 when Shakuni came out.
I think we all have one chapter in our lives that we don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
But we surpass it. And I mean, any word of advice for people who are going through that right now?
I think the greatest help that you can get is people who are true to you. That's
Meaning?
People who will see you at your lowest but won't give up on you. To get that is a huge blessing. So if you have somebody like that, you please hold close. Don't lose them in a fit of temper or
Don't
let
shut
your
yourself away from them.
Ego come in between. That shouldn't happen. And probably a little bit of humility at what life can throw at you.
Humility how?
Take it. Don't boast of it later. That what I've seen through this, because you never know what is coming next. Yeah, be thankful that you have gotten through it and you have got this far. I think that will. I'm not saying this is a solution, but this will probably ease a little bit of the journey. I'm not guaranteeing that this year is going to be a very, nice, comfortable journey and all this stuff. You never know, but this can be a little bit of a cushion. Instead of a hard bench, you sit on a cushion and then take the jhatka.
True that. Very well said. And what's money to you, Ranjith?
It did mean a lot, but now I think more than money, I think legacy, if that's the right word, because suddenly when I see the writing and the reaction the books get, I've had people, somebody from Mangalore traveled all the way to the temple because he wanted to see the temple from where this journey started, and he sent me the pics. I've had people take this book to Srirangam. No, you can't shoot inside the temple. So he stands in front of the Gopuram, he holds up the book with the Gopuram in the background and said, "This is here. I'm going to start reading the book from here."
Wow, must be very gratifying, satisfying.
Yeah, it's very, very satisfying. One of my friends from Hyderabad told me that somebody in the US, a reader, started reading it, and he said, "No, I want to finish this book. I'm going to take the book to work." And he started reading during his break time there. And one day, he had reached the penultimate chapter when work was almost done. And he said, "Final chapter, I'll read at home." And he got into his car, commuting back, and he said, "No, I can't wait anymore." He pulled into the parking zone, finished the chapter, and then went home. So when you hear stories like this, you suddenly feel so much joy, and you feel this thing that, I'd like more people to feel this. So I need a bigger body of work, not just two. And I build more. So to find those stories and to build that, I think means more to me than the money will invariably come. It'll either come through my royalty if the book sells well. If somebody starts to make a movie out of it, it will come. And I need very little. You see, basic needs are taken care of. I'm not looking for Range Rover and a chartered flight and all that. Lovely to have it. I have no problem with people who do have it. But
You're not chasing anything.
That I'm not chasing. I'm chasing this. This I'd like to. I think if I get this right, if those come or don't come, this is fine with me.
So some deep reflection talks happening here.
Yeah.
Just to now get you on the hot seat.
Okay.
I have one last round, which is the rapid fire round.
Okay.
So, yep, Shiva or Vishnu?
Both. Devi. Devi.
You've taken off to the origin.
Yeah.
But that was not part of the option.
What to do? Both of them are manifestations of the masculine manifestations of the one Parashakti.
Devi, right? So, writing at dawn or midnight?
I've done both, but I think writing at dawn helps more.
Do you wake up early? I mean,
When
like
I'm
that 4 a.m., you follow that Brahmi Muhurta and all of that? Does it
No,
work
I
for
get
you?
up early to walk and not to write. But if something is I have to write, then I will sit and write, and it goes.
Ramayana or Mahabharata?
Mahabharata.
Why?
So many more characters.
Kindle or Kamandala?
Kamandala.
Up north, I think, guys, Kamandala is the one that all the sages had in their hand, so which had the tirtha in it,
Correct.
so the water.
They could curse you with that, so we have to be careful. Kindle can't do that.
Kindle is cursing us the other way.
Other way around.
Like stuck to the chair and like, okay. Parashurama's rage or Buddha's calm, what defines you more?
Parashurama's rage.
Clearly. I mean, I would not say why, because I'm sure the personality of the avatar has attracted you and somewhere you found your reflection there, probably.
True.
If you could rewrite one myth, what would it be? Or which one would it be?
I'm already doing it with the book. Hopefully taking away your misconception of what Parashurama is. But if you want to rewrite a story...
One myth.
Like I said,
Sita also you mentioned.
Maybe Harishchandra's. Stop showing him as a tragic
Somebody
hero.
who lost everything.
Yeah, but show him as how heroic he is, to bring that out.
So what writers do you look up to apart from Shashi Tharoor?
So many. I think they're so different in style, which is why I like them so much. There's this guy called Jack London. He's right. Call of the Wild, White Fang. It's about the dog that's lost in the Alaskan wilderness. Oh, fantastic writer. I like Ernest Hemingway. I like a lot of people who they think they're masala writers. They're not literary serious writers.
Or like the Chetan Bhagat's?
No, I'm talking of there's this old writer called Mickey Spillane. He had a detective character called Jack Hammer or Mike Hammer. Yeah, Mike Hammer. And it was like this Earl Stanley Garner kind of books, mystery, murder, something had to be solved. There's this private detective who's doing it. It's like a precursor to Jack Reacher that's happening now. And I really love the way he used to write, how taut the writing was, how fast the book moved. So I like writers like that.
How many books have you read so far?
I've lost count. I've read a lot. I started reading very young.
I'm sure.
My dad had a huge collection of books.
Because they say, to be a good singer, you need to be a good listener. To be a good writer, you need to be a good reader first. So I'm sure a lot has gone in.
Yeah.
And continue the journey of life through the curiosity of the arsenal that you seem to be very well enjoying it.
Yes.
So I guess thanks Ranjith. So how was
so
Just Curious India for you?
Fantastic. I've watched so many episodes, especially the one with Sanvi in it. And I think after such a long time we are meeting.
Yes,
And
yes.
so much has happened in my life after this to come and talk to you about it. You've asked some great questions in
Thank
this.
you so
Yeah,
much.
I mean, it's fantastic to be answering them. I think you brought out a lot. I didn't come prepared. I didn't know what questions you were going to ask
You don't
me.
have to come prepared. I think it's a life that you've lived,
Yeah.
which you're kind of reflecting
Yeah,
on.
I think that sense you've brought out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, these questions have not been asked to me
Mm-hmm,
before.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
Thank you.
I'm happy that it happened with you on Just Curious.
Amazing. I guess I think writers like Ranjith probably they're not just writing mythology, trying to paint a picture of a god. I think it's a mirror put in front of you wherein
Yeah.
you're reflecting through the lens of a deity or an avatar.
Yeah.
And in the days to come, wherever your curiosity takes you. And thanks for giving us the opportunity. Wish you more readers and wish you more deities. I don't know, wherever your curiosity, may the hunger take you to all good places and
That's a
reflect
great
better.
wish. That's a great wish. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rashmi.
Yes. Speaking of hunger, we have some sweet treats for you.
Oh,
So much the mind went through, now something for the tummy. So this is
Superb.
basically a treat box from Polar Bear. This is the ice cream sundae zone.
wow. Wow,
go.
wow, wow.
1 second, I think he's taking the picture.
Yeah. So I love the surprise, but
Thank
I
you.
have a surprise in return. We have
Oh.
something for you.
I think it's a tradition that we have. We give a book for all the guests here.
Okay.
You're an author yourself, but this is another author who was on the show.
Super.
You must have heard of him. He's Ravi Melwani, who was the founder of Kids Camp.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Now I
so-
make the connection.
Right.
Yeah.
So he is now after his spiritual awakening. His identity itself is Atman in Ravi. He's even given up on the identity of Ravi Melwani.
Okay.
Believes that he's Atman in Ravi.
Okay.
And now he has written close to 90 to 100 books.
Wow.
And this is a book written by him named Happiness is Success.
Okay.
I hope this book will probably add some
Great.
some
Thank
garnishing
you.
to your
Yeah.
the kitty of thoughts that you already have. So while I write something for you, could you please nominate 3 guests for us whom we should be hosting on Just Curious India?
Fantastic question. I'll have to think about this.
Take your time. Yes, I think I've managed to write few lines.
Super.
Dear Ranjit, you're a seeker, a brave one. Enjoy the ride. Hold on tight while the pen does all the explorations. And what is your next calling? What is your next calling? Question mark.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
What's
Okay, so this is something
this?
we did for book 2. It's
Oh,
a
very
tote
nice.
bag
Oh, nice.
with,
Amazing.
okay,
No the
no the
No,
axe, fear the
Oh,
blade.
wow.
Okay, so that's a slogan for the book.
Wow, it's a
And-
very deep quote.
Right.
Like, why
Thank
did
you.
you coin this? Know the
Yes.
axe. So, like, what's the difference? What's the metaphor here? Axe is
The axe is your inner knowledge. The blade is what the power of that knowledge can do.
wow, too deep. Where did you get this from?
Which one?
This realization or this crux? Like, this is your own reflection.
Probably from writing the story only. With
Axe
what's-
is the knowledge, and the blade is the power that it gives you. Use it carefully.
yeah.
Know the axe, fear the blade. Oh, deep, very deep.
So
Obviously, if you write like this and all, everybody will say there is some spiritual initiation.
so
Amazing.
these are the 2 books.
Surely. I'll definitely read this. I'm not a voracious reader. I
Yeah.
mean, but my problem is I like to read self-help books.
Okay.
Or probably at this phase of life, I'm probably looking for that. Maybe
Okay.
in the days to come.
Okay.
But this I will. I'll
Definitely,
manage to-
I have both books have different notes penned for you,
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
and this comes along as a special book.
What is this?
This is a special bookmark.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
You can open it. It looks pretty good.
Oh, very nice. Oh, wow. What's this? This
That's a
is
keychain with the axe.
Oh, this is the axe, right?
Yeah.
It's a very stylish one.
The one on the cover, the same thing.
Oh,
And that's
very nice. Yeah, this one.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's a stylized.
Yeah.
I've spent so many hours answering your questions. So you got to give me 5 minutes to ask you some questions.
Oh, yeah, surely. Okay, it's now me on the hot seat now.
Yeah. If Parashurama were to get a wild card entry to Big Boss, what would happen? And what question would you ask him if you were there in the house?
I think this can be a little brutal, but I'll be honest. If he were to come to Big Boss house, probably I'll ask him to behead all the bad people immediately.
Okay, one book you name dropped to sound cool, but never really read. I'm going to ask you this after 4 months, and you can't say Rama of the X.
I would probably say, if not name dropping, there are many books that we give on the show here, which probably I wouldn't have read them all.
Right. Okay.
But consciously, I don't name drop. I only tell them that I have read this. But maybe unknowingly, there are a few books I might have recommended, like The Body Keeps the Score. It's a very highly rated book, and I think that I would stick to that. Yep.
Okay. If you were an island with just one book, which book would it be?
Atomic Habits.
Atomic Habits. Oh, a lot of fans for that book.
Yeah, it's so simple, but I think it's a life changer, game changer for sure. It's very small but very impactful.
Okay. This is Karnataka specific. Team Bisi Belebat or Team Ragi Mudde?
Ragi Mudde.
Ragi Mudde. Okay.
No, that's
Okay. The favorite part of this questions. 3 words I've coined for you. Okay.
yes, sir.
Because of your penchant for wisdom and how fast you deliver it. Rapidosopher.
Okay.
Okay.
This is like the Harry Potter driven word or what?
This is a portmanteau word. I've jumbled up words to make one.
Okay.
Okay. Because of your magic with the microphone, a micromancer.
Okay.
Oh, because somebody who kills with spicy comebacks, you're a assassin.
Oh, I think.
Which 3? Rapidosopher, micromancer, assassin.
See, being a micromancer is a base of my career in front of the media.
Right.
So I would probably, if you would have asked me this 10-15 years ago, as Rapid Rashmi, I would have been the spicy
Assassin.
assassin.
Yeah, spicy comebacks.
Spicy assassin. But today I think I am more of the
Rapidosopher.
rapidosopher.
Rapid philosophy.
Yep.
Rapid wisdom.
Hopefully.
Okay, last one. In an alternate universe, if the Rashmi in that universe is doing a talk show, what would it be called? 3 options. Jatka Jwala. Bisi Banter.
Okay.
Racy Rani.
Anyways, it's another universe. I'm racing on Earth only while I'm speaking. So I think I'll stick to Racy Rani.
Racy Rani is superb. Nice question. Nice answers.
But who came up with all these very interesting, names and customized options and all?
Guilty as charged.
You were?
Yeah.
Oh my God. You will definitely be an amazing podcast host as well.
Oh, maybe.
But bringing out all the fun side, I'm sure. But what kind of a podcaster would you like to be like? I mean,
right now it probably would be writing and stories. Hardly talk to writers in movies, no. It's only authors that we talk to. We don't look at people who write screenplay.
right.
How did they deal with a certain I don't find this content on YouTube also. There's a little bit from Hollywood where a screenwriter speaks, how he broke down a scene. That we don't find. Probably that. It may be very boring to other people, but then I like long form content.
That's nice. So this book, can we see it as a movie in the days to come?
I hope so. I'm really praying.
Will Sudeep sir do this?
I hope so. That's prayer number 2. First, that is make movie. Second, that it is he who plays
Since
Parashurama.
you said prayer, now I'm going to ask you, do you manifest? Do you believe in manifestation?
It's not, when I try to manifest, it doesn't happen. But my son seems to do it very easy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why that happens. Before I got the car, he told me I'll get a new car. I don't know how he did that, but sometimes I just get that thing that this is happening, and it happens. But when I try, it doesn't.
Do you fear a lot? Do you like put your logic saying that, how can this happen?
Probably that's why it doesn't work, because that logic invariably comes. But the first thing, there is no time for logic to come, because there's something so definite that says, yeah, this is happening, so it happens. But when I want to manifest, I don't know why. I hope there was somebody who could teach me this.
The only thing that I've seen is thought, what you think, and you have to believe
Yeah.
undoubtedly.
Hmm.
So that's where I think most of us fail to believe.
Yeah, because our rational mind will.
So you think what you want, you believe,
Hmm.
and there is act also. Like I can't just sit today
Correct.
without doing anything if I now want to manifest into me trying to be #1 podcaster for India.
Right.
That's when act comes into play,
Right.
and just let it go.
Let it go. Yeah.
They also say it's just like you put a seed.
Huh.
After putting a seed, you just cover the soil, right? You don't keep digging that soil and say, ki, has it sprouted, has it sprouted?
I
So
think that's where my problem is.
I think that's why people say, you forget it. And some also say you behave like as though you own it already.
Yeah.
That is only probably again because you are attracting, right? So when you're believing that you already have it, I think this role play is to convince your own self more, just to emit the right signals out there so that you attract.
Right.
So this is how much I understand.
Okay.
Anyway,
Probably the thing that kids can do it easy is because their imagination is so wild. Their
and they
rational
don't
mind.
stop.
Yeah.
They don't doubt themselves.
They don't doubt themselves.
How old is your son?
9.
Oh, very young.
He's like, sometimes he comes up with really. We are like, how are you saying all this? So,
Oh yeah. Keep him close.
sorry.
Keep him close.
Yeah.
So I guess. Thanks, Ranjith.
Thank
Until
you,
next
Rashmi.
time,
It
take
was
care.
lovely talking to you.
Same here. I think stories do survive because authors dare to remember, authors dare to explore and express. Thank you, Ranjit, again for helping us dive into the world of Parashuram, energies, temples of India, mythology, stories, again to be re-looked at with a fresh pair of eyes. I think my personal favorite was definitely the story of Satya Harishchandra and Arjuna and Krishna. So may today's episode be a reminder for us not just to explore the heroes like Krishna or Rama, but yes, the Parashurams and still many more to come. Until next time, of course, continue to stay curious. This seat has seen explorers, curious souls, reflective souls, rebels, and I would definitely like to see your suggestion as to whom would you like to see on this hot seat. I don't know from which part of India you're taking a look at our podcast. Bangaloreans, lots of love to you. Thanks for, supporting our podcast. Yes, I'm your very own Bangalore-based podcaster, RJ turned podcaster. RJ Rapid Rashmi to podcaster Rapid Rashmi. I think the unknown has always guided me, has kept me curious on my 2 feet, and I hope you have your anchors guiding you. Do let us know your aha moment. Until next time, do let us know your takeaways from today's episode through DMs, or probably take back these reflections, apply and thrive through the journey of life. Take care and thank you. Bye.